Hi, hello, hello. After months and months and months, we are at last reading manga again. I won't bore you with all of the explanations and excuses for why this has taken so long. We have too much stuff to read, starting with some new chapters of the One Punch Man webcomic. One has spent years without an update, but in the brief period since I stopped reading manga, well, brief relatively, he put out 4 chapters. I can only think that this is deliberately targeted to me, to try to get me to return to manga videos. We're gonna just actually look at the pages. It's a webcomic. He puts it for free online. Who's gonna issue the takedown? Hopefully no one. So if you're watching this, whew, and if you're not watching this, then who am I talking to? Okay, so in the last chapter, Flashy Flash and Speed of Sound Sonic took out all of the evil ninjas from their super strict, super torturous ninja school who have been reviving the master founder ninja who was in like a coma for a long time. They tried to get these two to join them. They weren't having it, massacred the whole lot. But who watches from the tower? It must be, I believe, that master ninja of all ninjas. This is about the translating of the names because, you know, you got to get the redundancy in there, the fact that they all have tautological names. But now we're plunging into a new chapter, 118. Okay. Final assassination. I heard mistakes were made during the training process. You ended up as failed products. For witnessing your abilities, you reached a terrifying degree of completion. Why have you betrayed us, Flashy Flash? It's just selfish. I really like the banter between these two. You know, it really reflects their long, long history together. That there's like a comfortability, a comfort they have in kind of ribbing each other. Sadly, the likes of us cannot hold a candle to that man. Since that man only already knows of your existence, there is no longer a future for you. I like how he says sadly here. In the end, it seems like this ninja really appreciates just how far these two have gone. And I think there's some pride in that. That they see the fruits of their school are still absurdly strong, are still moving forward into the top echelons of strength. So he genuinely seems regretful that this is going to be the end of them, or at least he's convinced of that. The strongest in history, the ninja among ninjas, the man who once stood at the top of the assassination industry and ruled the world from behind the scenes. This is quite interesting lore. Talking about the kind of political power that this man and the group that he commanded wielded. Like, think about that. If you had, in the most absurd sense, a death note, or, you know, in this case, a squad of assassins that could just take out any person at any time, you would inherently wield quite a lot of political power. So this idea of ruling the world from behind the scenes just because of your monopoly on the power of killing. Instead of retiring from the front lines after creating the Ninja Village, he continued to kill all sorts of figures. The number of lives he has claimed is in the 6 figures. Is that a lot? I feel like if you just blow up a city, you know, like those city blowing up types, that's easily millions. You surpass it so much quicker. But I guess if you're killing people individually, that's a lot. That's like, yeah, you have to do like dozens a day for that to be at all feasible. Even important figures whose names will be passed down in history have been eliminated by that man as part of his job. According to some rumors, that man's true nature is not human. Comrade once investigated the concealed past of that man. He later disappeared without a trace. He was able to confirm that he has been alive and continuously conducting assassinations for 300 years. So now we're seeing pictures of that man outside of silhouette. He does look very inhuman, quite demonic, quite monster-y. But is it just a monster? The way that there's this build-up around him, which typically characters in the series don't really get, they just kind of pop up. And then retroactively you find out why they're a big deal. This guy's been hyped up a lot. which makes me think there might be yet some other twist. There might be some way, some other context in which we also have heard of this person. I don't know. Different skin colors on parts of his body as well as multiple heartbeats. In addition, if the target has a strong and healthy body, he will take all their blood and innards away from the scene. Based on these descriptions, the only thing we can think of is a vampire? Check this out. I was just rereading Volume 18, which introduces a character you may have forgotten about. One of the Monster Association's upper ranks, but not quite their cadre, the demon strength level pureblood vampire, who talks on and on about his vampire lineage, how he's a real monster by birth. And that implies, of course, the existence of other, even more elder, even more powerful vampires. So this could be kind of cool. A diverse intersection of lore that they had been hinting at the ninja stuff. They had this tiny little hint of the vampire stuff, and now they're intersecting. I think that's pretty sweet and very in line with the way that one writes this. Okay, vampire? Oh, we don't get to find out. It's not a problem at all. We've been getting used to fighting non-human opponents lately. Printing is overwhelming power. Even if all of us attacked him at once, it wouldn't be a fight. He could handle us like handling an infant. Ninjutsu with fantasy-like power 4 to 5 times every 0.2 seconds. Yeesh. If that man gets serious, he could finish you too off in less than 1 second. I'm curious about what was translated here. Like, that man is classic, like, shonen speak, you know? It's the human equivalent of that. The technique only known as that. That man. But the you too, which is also put in quotes, I'm curious how what that reflects. Is impossible. Are you overdosing on hallucinogens? Odd thing to say. Spend too much time at the village and become easily brainwashed. Not to mention the fact that he already lost a blast in the past. That's right, that's right. That was another thing we learned about. Blast, one of the other few characters that has been hyped up to an absurd degree. Which again makes me think that there's gonna be something about Blast that's like a twist that ties him back into something we already knew. Like that kind of dynamic. It feels like if there isn't a play like that, if there isn't kind of a line towards some greater revelation, some unraveling of a mystery, then one is much more inclined to, as I said, just kind of have the character like pop up. This is Pig God. It's like, what? He's really strong. What? And then you get kind of like nothing, and then eventually you see him fight, and you're like, oh yeah, holy shit. It's very interesting the way that shonen series kind of hype up characters or make them surprises or hype them up just in a context of like, ooh, they're S rank, whatever. So yeah, what's up with these people? What's up with this guy? Waiting for us at your old hiding spot, waiting for us to bring your heads back as we speak. Once he learns of our defeat, that man will take direct action. So they're not shrouding him at all anymore. This is just straight up what he looks like. Nice detail on the sword hilts, by the way. Let's go, one. Look at that. That's a lot of effort. Sometimes I forget just how amazing it is that the art is as good as it is. When you think about the early chapters, when you think about early Mob Psycho, some good shots. Immediately realize how much more fortunate it is to be killed by us. That man, that man. It's the end of the road for ninjas who gave their lives to the study of ninjutsu. How very tragic. Okay. Nice shot here. I like the camera like pulling back, showing just this scene of carnage. It really does feel ominous, right? They just wiped out all these people. 44 other ninjas, right? 44? And yet, they should still fear that man. He appears to be waiting to be hunted on purpose. Okay, so they're going to confront him head on. They know where he's waiting. They have no intent to escape this fight. And they're still arguing with each other. Now, the other plot line, of course, is that Saitama has been invited to a duel by Speed of Sound Sonic. And is, I think, lost? That sounds about right. I vaguely remember that he was lost. So it's the kind of classic One Punch Man setup where all of these characters of ambiguous power levels are fighting amongst themselves. It's hype as hell, but slowly marching towards them, sometimes away from them, sometimes more towards them, sometimes more away, is the atom bomb of a human that is Saitama. And I just love that mixture of like both tension, you know, you're not really sure who's gonna win of all the other fights, but at the same time there's this like comfort in reading One Punch Man. It's like there's absolutes, there's some axioms, there's some rules. But when Saitama shows up, it's just GG. That day, the day of the graduation exam, why did you do that? So yeah, that Flashy Flash had poisoned Speed of Sound Sonic intentionally so that he wouldn't be massacred by Flashy Flash on the graduation day. As were evil, and the other trainees were tainted beyond repair. That time and place, the best thing I could do was make sure my graduation class was the last. Difference? This is, I think, pretty interesting. Like, just thinking about it on the most human element. These two, both of them so distraught by what they're going through, this hellish existence they have of being at the ninja village. All they have is each other. The only other person is the only one that they understand. But then privately, even among these two who are close as brothers, Flashy Flash decides, I'm going to massacre the rest of the class. I'm going to take this all on myself. I'm going to end the ninja village. And he can't even share it with Sonic. He can't even risk that there would be that conflict between them. This is the same, you're repeating the same thing over and over. When you start the village, you're still lost. Change your title, you cannot change your way of life. Ah, this is interesting too. I love whenever the series starts examining kind of the tedium of being a hero, the thanklessness of it, the danger, the many obvious downsides to this career path. Even on like an existential level, you know? Not just the practical level, but yeah, the very fact that after taking this brave act to end the cycle of violence, Flashy Flash still just must go out and kill monsters day after day after day. You must have another reason for resenting heroes besides me. Even if your incident, someone else who wanted to attack and destroy us on the day of the graduation showed up. Ooh. Okay. Oh! It was Blast who attacked the ninja village. So is that when Blast fought the founder? That man? Is that when Blast defeated that man? Not spare any of us orphans. Naturally, as assassins who went through personality correction, all of the junior trainees joined the battle. The amateurish ninjutsu were useless against the enemy. Being the strongest, I alone was able to escape and survive on my own. So the junior trainees got separated. I haven't heard anything from them since. So this is, you know, one of like half a dozen sightings of Blast total. Once again, not very much remarkable about him. He seems to be wearing some sort of armor. He's got a cape. He's got a normal-looking haircut. Kind of remember him having a large nose, which again leads to the theories that it's that one Monster Association coordinator guy whose name escapes me. He has like a German-sounding name. This is the first kind of hint of Blast in combat we've seen. And it's very abstract that there's just these blood splatters placed around the ninjas. Scattering of dots that I assume are like other blood particles or something. What the heck? So what did he do to them? Clearly he massacred them in some way, but like the fact that Sonic says even if some of them managed to survive, right? And the fact that he being the strongest was able to escape. That gives us some hints on what Blast power is not. It's not so far into the realm of magic or just psychic powers or like annihilating type things that the strength of the enemy becomes irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? You're saying that Blast wanted to help you with your life. Yeah, I don't know why. Didn't he just try to kill him? But I guess he was trying to shut down the ninja village. So that's something. Another thing also pisses me off. I hate those who think highly of themselves just because they possess great power. Hero and whatnot doesn't really suit humans. Nobody really deserves a title like that. Your association does is clearly not all that different from the assassination business of the ninja village. It's interesting. Just act like it's for the greater good. This is self-loathing. Blast, Flash, Saitama. Too many heroes I dislike. I like how Flash is just kind of tossed into this mix. We'll get along in the future. Only time we join forces. Oh. Is it Saitama? I feel like this is a good entry point for Saitama, because we've become so accustomed to him showing up right at the end and one-punching, that now if he shows up right at the beginning and yet is still somehow, like, lost, like, still... I don't know, it would be a nice change of pacing. Yeah! Oh! No! That's it, huh? Wait, what? That's a huge anticlimax! How do they still keep getting me? Oh my god, I've been reading this series for years and years. And it still gets me sometimes. I thought after... Oh man, I fell for it! I just freaking fell for it! I fell for the oldest string in the book. All the hype! All the hype! Like... They talked about him so much. I was like, ooh, we're gonna get to see like the pinnacle of ninja arts in One Punch Man. We're gonna get to see the contrast between how good Sonic is, how good Flash is. You know, really good. But then that man is gonna be like crazy good, and all sorts of crazy stuff is gonna happen. It's this super close battle. Like they just can't figure out what to do. He's just like toying with them. Saitama shows up. But no, of course, of course it's this. How do I keep falling for it? I love that he has like a gun, like extra magazines. He has a taser. He's really ready for everything. A very practical assassin, a very practical ninja. Not just relying on some kind of abstract notion of his own strength, but like, yeah, why not? I'm gonna take every single advantage I can get. It's just so classic. It honestly never gets old. The legendary demon blade. And there are two of them! Some kind of scrolls. They look like antiques and can fetch a high price. Oh, it's so good, because I don't know. I just love this like banter that Saitama has like no idea what this stuff is, but he's like, well, you know, this looks like it could sell for a lot. Probably something cool on here. Confiscated his weapons. That's all. He broke insta-kill. Flash's awesomely titled sword insta-kill. But I feel like this is, yeah, 2 legendary demon blades. 2. Plus these ninja technique scrolls, plus throwing stars, plus, you know, a taser. That's gotta be even. That's gotta be even, right? Oh my god, what a beautiful anticlimax. Every time. I keep falling for it, every time. No longer in the mood for such small quarrels. I'm much stronger ever since I sort of defeat Saitama. Till that day comes, you and Mr. Bottom of the class will have to take a backseat as my number 2 opponent. Whoa! Hey, this works out really nicely for Saitama. Like, check this out, because he's like, Saitama's gonna be my disciple, so therefore I have to, like, yeah. Oh, on the off chance oh, never mind. I thought this would work a little nicer in Saitama's favor. But these two would just fight with each other all the time, right? The Flash would be like, you don't have the right to challenge my pupil. He'd be like, I don't care to, yeah. But no, this is even funnier. They're both obsessed with him now. And not only are they obsessed with him as they were before because of his strength and isolation, but now they see defeating him as the only way to resolve things with each other as well. So it's 2 layers of obsession they have with our beloved caked Baldy. Okay, meanwhile, Sweet Mask helicoptering in. Oh no. Even if it's just for a training project, you should have chosen a more handsome subject. Oh man, it's like Sweet Mask has set up some like I'm gonna get stronger like reality show type thing, and he's chosen Saitama because he saw Saitama during the Monster Association arc. He's like, I gotta figure out what the heck is up with this guy. Yeah, the Supreme Hero Production Project. So I feel like he's gonna want to beat up Saitama to get stronger. He has too much ego for this to be, turning Saitama into Supreme Hero or something. Also, yeah, he looks really different, right? Big plastic surgery. I remember before I was like, I had my theory that Sweet Mask is an android. So that Sweet Mask might be the one that actually destroyed Genos' village or something. Just a lot of weird things about Sweet Mask. Remember when he puts his arm back on? That was pretty weird. I don't know. I don't really know what's up with this guy, but the fact that he changed his appearance so radically, again, I'm like, could be interesting. Okay. Ah, ano, Ojo, that man. Ano, yes, that, and yes, okay. I don't know how. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's definitely forbid. I don't think anything else looks like that. Gun taser baton, yeah, just a gun. Why not though? Why not just have a gun? Okay, very exciting chapter. I got faked out again. I think I'll just be faked out until one retires. A couple other plot lines kind of being set up. I feel like this is the one that we're going to be jumping off with into the next issue, but there's a lot of other things happening that we could just bounce back to too, like the whole Neo Heroes versus Hero Association, the whole thing with Psychos being rescued from the prison, and Tatsumaki going after Saitama. Little hints, seeds of plot lines that might show up later, like Black Sperm and Rover hanging out at Saitama's house. Plus, this whole Metal Knight is a traitor thing that in the remake was kind of hinted at very explicitly, and here may resurface at some point, I would assume. So even though this ninja thing kind of, got cleaned up quite quickly and quite definitively, like literally all ninjas besides those two are dead, um, we we kind of needed that to happen. There's so many balls in the air already. Okay, so we're gonna keep going. Let's see what happens next.